welcome back to Keeping It Real with TNL, episode 32. This is where we cut through the fluff, we keep it real, and we help you level up in fitness and life. Like no BS on the show. We're going to tell you how to live your best life. I'm Coach Lori.
Coach Ty.
And today we're going to talk about something that's been creating serious buzz around here. The StrongHer Than The Rest women's small group strength training program that Metfix Method is launching on the 18th, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So as a woman, I'm super stoked. I get the pleasure of doing Barbell Fury. It's mixed group guys and girls, but I know that level of strength training and the stuff that Ty brings to the table with his energy and amazing programming is phenomenal. So I'm really excited to talk about this today at length with you.
Absolutely.
Because this is your baby. Like, this is your program. And yeah, it's exciting. I wish I could be in it, but I'll just watch you guys inside like filming, being excited with everyone because it's a good program and it's a limited amount of space. So I don't get to take any space up. All right, let's get right into it. We want you to answer this first question if you're ready.
Let's go.
Basically, there's a million women's fitness stuff everywhere. And for anyone with a teenage daughter, you hear the new trends on TikTok every 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, today I'm eating cottage cheese with hot chili pepper and do crunches every day. All these women's fitness things to get thin and healthy. There's also big box gym classes. There's random workouts that you can see on Instagram and Facebook. Like you open up your page and there's someone doing like squat thrusts, which I call easy burpees.
Oh.
You know, the easy burpees. So tell everyone what makes StrongHer Than The Rest stand out and why is it not for everyone? Like, let's talk about this.
Absolutely. So one of the kind of things, obviously, Lori had pointed out, there are a lot of women's fitness programs out there, and there are a lot of trending things that we see on social media saying, hey, this will get you this result in 10 days, or try this for 30 days and watch what happens. You know, a lot of these common things. And I'm not saying that there's not good stuff out there, but most of those things aren't really science-based. Most of those things are usually put out there for for whoever's posting it to get views and likes, and obviously you build a following. That's at least on the social media side. And then usually when we're talking like a big box gym program, as most of us know, most of those programs are usually what we probably think of in the 90s with a little 2-inch step box, the 5-pound dumbbells, hopping around, listening to music, sweat to the oldies, which there is, again, nothing wrong with that. But in the long run, that is not going to build true strength. You hopping around with 2-pound dumbbells back and forth for 5 minutes and having a water break for 10 minutes, that is not going to create the result that we are looking for. Now, if you're someone who's starting out, you just want to get some movement, those are perfect. But let me tell you kind of what makes our program different and what you can expect, as well as why it's not for everyone. I want to address the why it's not for everyone out of the gate. When I hear that, I know people probably think that I'm looking for some Amazonian woman, someone who's rough and tough. And that's not what that means. The person who we're looking for has to have a certain mindset. Because I could tell you right now, I could take a woman with a strong mindset and maybe not knowledge on lifting and give her a strong body. But it will almost be damn near impossible to take a woman who's already weak-minded. It doesn't even have to be a woman, a man, any human who has a weak mind, who isn't willing to grow. And it doesn't matter what I show them or give them, they usually come at things with a mindset of, well, that's not going to really work, or, well, but I have heard on so-and-so that this is how it should be done, and stuff of that nature. So that's what we mean when it's not for everyone. I'm looking for someone who is willing to try something new, who's willing to push themselves when it may seem a little bit tough or uncomfortable at times, as well as someone who's willing to stick to a regimen for a 13-week extended time frame for you to get a true result. So that's what we mean when it's not for everyone. So if you want to lose 10 pounds or you want to have good arms and because you're going on some winter break or some fall trip, this probably isn't it. The skills that I want to give you are going to be skills that you could use for the rest of your life. And so that's what kind of, and now we're going to dive into what separates this program. Number one, we're obviously working with Lori in Metfix. So you're going to be getting science-based information on how to eat properly. That's going to literally dictate how well you perform and how well you recover in the program. And what I like about that is that this information is going to be information that transcends time because it's truth. It's going to be something that you could use for the rest of your life. So even if after the 13 weeks, you haven't quite, changed all the way and you still want to have some snacks and food or whatnot, at least we gave you a blueprint of how to live your life if you want to have real results. But not only that, get the skills that are going to help you practice them daily for the rest of your life. So that's what you're getting from this that you probably wouldn't get from any other program. The other thing that you're going to get, we're going to be running different styles of training. These are actual workouts and things that I've tested, I've used on some of our clients that we have here, and I've seen the results that they can produce. Like one of the workouts, prime example of this with Lori, she speaks to me a lot and she always has her rope on. And one of the things that she had mentioned to me, we did a workout Trail of Tears last week, which had, I guess, like the intensity meter at 18.
Yeah.
And then her other largest one was when she did Murph at 18.4.
Yeah. And
so I believe that you had did Murph in like 50 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
And you had did that other workout in 17 minutes.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're talking about. Like, this isn't just random things strung together. This is science-backed nutrition coupled with science-backed fitness workouts that are guaranteed to produce the result that we are looking for. We want a neuroendocrine response, which we'll talk more about how that works. But not only that, we want workouts that get a whole lot done in a short amount of time, because we know you still have a life. You still have things to do. So imagine if I had you basically doing the same thing as Murph 3 days a week in the intensity, but in a way, we're working that done within 20 minutes. So that's what you're going to get. And then the other thing that you're going to get is the amazing cooking class. You're going to get one-on-one time with me where I check in. We do progress checks. Not only that, this is going to be like school. There is going to be a pre-test, a midterm, and a final. And I'm not going to tell you what we're going to be testing, but there's going to be certain things that are going to confirm that we're also making results as we're going. So not only will you be able to truly look at where you were at week 1 compared to where you're at week 4 compared to where you're at week 13. And you could completely see by the test that we've designed and the progress that you've made, an increase in strength, an increase in your metabolic conditioning, as well as an increase in hopefully some of your flexibility in your gymnastics movements. All those things is what separates this program from, hey, let's meet up on boxes or play with the rope and little trampolines. And last but not least, you're going to be with a group of like-minded women. And what I love about that is obviously when we get people who are strong-minded in the same room, that is when magic happens, because everybody is elevating each other. Everybody is feeding off the right energy. We're not feeding off of cynicism. We're not feeding off of nonsense. I don't want the people who come and talk about how horrible their day was. This is a group where it's like, hey, once we hit the door, our focus is on getting you better and getting everyone who is in this group better and us rising together. And so that's what I want to do. And that's what I hope that the people who do participate get out of this program. That's the truth. Like that's what makes it different. And this would be, as I joke, this would be what it would be like if Tim said, Ty, you could own CrossFit San Ramon for 13 weeks. This is how I would run it, and this is what I would do. So you guys are going to get a taste of something special that I've been thinking about for years of how I would do it if it was. So you're going to see that. You're going to get a taste of all that. And so hopefully that helps kind of answer some of those questions.
Awesome. Okay, so a couple of things. One, I love the check-ins, the midterm final, all that, because the measurable data, and then also noting how you're feeling, and that's changing, and your body's going to change, right? We'll get to that in a minute. And then California is its own like special place for a lot of different reasons, but you see all these like high executive, hardworking, fast-paced women, and they're more cutthroat instead of supportive of one another. So I love that this group here in the gym will have 6 like-minded women like lifting each other up, right? Like in CrossFit, we always laugh, like there's certain people, especially in the early morning class, they'll put in their scores and their friend comes later that night. They want to beat them by 1 rep. That's that push. Oh, I'm going to beat so-and-so. Like today I literally was like, Shirley, I did the workout right and I beat Tim. Write it down. It only happens like once a year, right? I'm writing it and everything. So you're going to lift each other up, and you're going to crave that Monday, Wednesday, Friday time for the workouts, for the coaching, and for the camaraderie, right? Like, you guys are a freaking team. And as a woman, I want to get like 3 to 4 more just women only programs going through Ethics, because we need more of this. I feel like if we had that support network where we could be real, like, instead of being like, on Facebook, you look like you have this perfect life and your hair's always done and you got a filter on, or new cheek implants, whatever it is, everything's so polished. And then
Who it is?
And then like you cry alone in the shower because you have no support and you feel like no one else has it hard and works through things. So you're gonna test things that are hard, that push you, and you will find that when you get out of that comfort zone and you push, like, that's when the transformation happens, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, like all around.
So,
I mean, you did that for me in just barbell class. So what are we going to do for these women in this program? Like, I don't know, we're going to have to create higher positions in companies, or just let them do their own startup and take over at this point. Like, I love it. Okay, so a lot of you listening have tried other programs before and you've not seen much change. What kind of transformation can they realistically expect in the 13 weeks?
So here's the truth. Most programs are usually kind of ran in a way where they give you a blanket nutrition program and be like, faultless for 30 days, and then come back and then we'll see how you did. That's usually what a nutrition-based program does. You meet with the coach, they'll go over the food, they'll give you a printout, diet, and a grocery list. You go out and buy it. Very common stuff. And then the other classic program is the classic normal group training, where it's the coach who puts up the workout, starts the clock, and kind of tells you guys what to do. And so most of those, you're only tackling one of the problem depending on the program that you're using. Obviously, I mean, you and I both know that still the food one is the main one. But when you're able to combine both of those, getting a nutrition plan as well as a workout plan, as well as a coach who's now showing you how to do the workout safely, coupled with making sure weekly you're hitting your protein goals, you're eating your food, you didn't have any of these struggles. That is how I'm going to guarantee that we get actual real change. And how I could guarantee that is because if you're slipping or if you're having issues, it's something that you can address with me day 3, as opposed to you going on this 30-day plan or some specialized, hey, I'm in this thing with 28 other women of who could lose the most weight, I'm going to starve myself. You're actually going to be able to see, hey, this isn't working, Todd. Can I ask you, here's my food, what can I change? And we'll be able to make those iterations as we're going through the program to guarantee that you're seeing a change. Because that's where most of the programs fail. They either just focus on one avenue of the fitness, it being the workout or the food, or they send you out and hope that it's going to work out, and they don't really lead you throughout the entire journey. So I'm going to be with you through the entire journey. So I'll be able to make sure that you're getting the change. And if I see a plateau, I'll know what to do. We could sit back and we could fix it, and then we could adjust as we go. That's how I'm going to guarantee the results. And we're going to be able to track those results. Something that I didn't say in the last question was something else that the people in this program get is access to our Decisive machine, where you get the 3D body scan, where you're going to be able to see your body fat percentage, your lean mass. It's going to also be able to track inches, exact fat loss drops, as opposed to just a weight loss drop, exact fat loss and exact muscle mass increases, those type of metrics. So with us having all those things at our fingertips, it's damn near impossible for me not to figure out why you may not be getting the result that you want, because we'll be able to track it, fix it, and make sure that, hey, let's do it this way. Let's do it that way. And then the other way that I'm going to be able to hopefully help you with that is if you're going to change what you are looking for in the result. Most of us are looking for a simple scale win. But with me, you're going to have multiple wins. It's going to be, maybe one of your goals is to lose weight. That's not what your program is about. But if it is, maybe then you will see a scale win. You'll see your clothes fitting looser. You'll see yourself lifting more. You'll see yourself moving faster. You'll see yourself getting deeper into your squat. So It's not just, hey, did I lose the weight or not? It's, hey, you have a ton of things that you could literally see. There's been some improvement somewhere. And then with the mental aspect of me telling you, okay, you now see that we are able to get the result. Now let me show you how we could compound that and then create long lasting results. So like I said, that's how I think that's how I could guarantee that there will be changes, because I basically am like a mad scientist watching you every day and seeing where the issues are and fixing you right there, and not letting you just linger on swimming on your own without any guidance. And then you wonder why after freaking 30 days of trying this, nothing's changed. That's not how this program works. I'm going to be with you every day, and we're going to make sure that there's change.
Absolutely. Yeah, and you get out of it what you put into it. So
Yeah,
they're going to be so motivated by the program and real nutrition, not like, hey, we're going to eat tilapia and asparagus breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a month.
yeah, no,
Like, yeah, I see some of these nutrition plans and I'm like, that's wild. So whatever changes you make are going to sustain the 13 weeks and beyond, because you're not fad dieting. You're actually feeding the machine that is your body, that's getting you through this phenomenal program. It's like nothing else.
exactly.
And I love that. There just needs to be, I wish more gyms and fitness people could glob onto the real science behind nutrition, what happens in the body, right? Like, because we see so many changes just in our members here. And there'll be, the weight loss program from beginning to end will be like 5 different people from beginning to end. So that being said, I know another question, because I get it all the time from women, especially, is like, but I'm not a power lifter. I don't do I'm not really good with a barbell. I don't know what heavy you're talking about. Like, can I really do this? Right?
Yeah.
Let's cut out that excuse right now.
Yeah, let's absolutely nip that in the bud. So, a couple things, like I told you, I'm not looking for you to be at a place physically. I'm looking for at a place that you're at mentally. So yeah, you don't need to be a power lifter. You don't need to have done CrossFit to start this program. You just need to come in with the mindset of, I'm willing to try something different. I'm willing to try something that's a little bit uncomfortable. And that is what we are looking for. Like when it comes, yes, will the workouts push you and be, as Lori said, intense? Yeah, they will be. But it isn't going to be anything that you can accomplish. And just like CrossFit and other barbell theory and the other programs that we have here, there will be scaled options, there will be prescribed options, and there will be the options for those who may be coming in with that CrossFit background because they may need more. But that's not what you should be focusing on, because I will give you what you need for where you're at, and it will be at the intensity that I believe that you could handle. Well, I believe, you may not believe, but I'll believe that you can handle it. And that's going to be the same with, let's say that you've been doing CrossFit for 4 years and you know all the lifts and you're pretty good at this. Believe me, I'm going to also find a way to cater this to to increase the intensity for that individual as well. So it doesn't have, I don't like I said, I just want to emphasize, I don't want you to think that you need to be in a certain place physically to do this program. I want you in a certain place mentally, because with the right mind, I could create any result that I want. But with the wrong mind, it's literally like trying to start a fire with a broken magnifying glass. Nothing's going to come of that, because this is trash. So everything else that comes out is going to be in the filter and lens of it being trash too. But if you know what you want, and you know that you're willing to push, and you know that you're willing to understand, like, hey, for the next 13 weeks, I'm going to put myself through something that I've never done. Like, this should be the feeling that some young 18-year-old kid who's about to go into the army after he graduated high school right now. Yeah, he knows that boot camp's hard, but he's willing to do it because he's willing to see the person who's going to become on the other side of it. And that's the same with another kid who's going into college. It's going to be tough. Yeah. So what? They're going to adapt and overcome and hopefully make it out. And that's the same mindset that you should take to this program. I'm sure that there's some people who listening who went to top schools or even played sports or done some amazing things. And when you probably started it, you weren't at the level that you are now. So I don't know why you would think that you need to be at a certain level to come and train with me. I'll get you there. But I need someone who wants to be here. I shouldn't have to force you to do anything. I shouldn't have to beg, plead, and make deals to get you to accomplish goals that you have. If you don't have the right mindset, and it's not something that's coming out like a voice within you, like, I need to do this, I need to get better, I need to figure out why I don't feel accomplished anymore, I need to deal with the anxiety that I have from lack of action. That's the type of person who I am looking for. And that's where I want you to be. You're tired of wondering why it's not going the way it is, even though you work hard, even though you kill it, and you want to get, how can I get better? How can I improve? There's a ton of guide programs like this where dudes would go on some like 8-week thing and have some guy pour cold water on him and wake him up in the morning, yell at him. Like, I'm not doing any of that. But that's what I am saying, that there are a group of people who want to do hard things so they can evolve as people. They're not caught in the mundane lifestyle of, let me go get my kids, let me make dinner, let me go to sleep, let me wake up and do it again. And I can't wait till it's Saturday so I could drink and act like I don't have to care for 2 days. Like, there's that group. And then there's that other group that knows that there's more, that they can do more, that they can become better, and that they can exert a little more effort to get a much better result. So if that sounds like you're that avatar, you're that person, this program is for you. And let's say that you know that you're not that woman, but you know someone who is. You're like, oh, dude, this would be right if so-and-so that way. Let that person know. Send them the emails that we're putting out, forward them the podcast. Be like, hey, listen to this guy's side and see if this might sound like something you may be interested in. Because there are people who want this. There are people who want to become better, and there are people who want to stay mediocre. If you want to stay mediocre, you're cool. You don't need not apply. But if you want to become above average, become elite, apply. And let's work together with women like you and a strong coach like me to get you there.
Do it. For those of you watching that have like that butterfly and stuff, like I've got this exciting feeling right now just hearing this. Like that's a sign. You're destined for greatness. You're doing great things, but you want something more. And this is all about you. And this really sets the stage for the success and happiness across the board in life. Like the mindset is everything.
Absolutely.
I'm like, I can't wait to meet the 6 women that make up this group because I want to be in their friend group for sure because it's going to be incredible. So I've seen a little bit about the program. I know what you've got lined up, and it's more than just coming and lift weights. We've talked about like the check-ins, nutrition, and things, but do you want to tell them a little bit more about the programming itself?
Yeah.
Are they going to have like I don't want to use the C word of cardio because some people are like, what? But like barbell is all barbell, but is this all barbell or do we have other things?
Okay, absolutely. So I'm absolutely glad that this came up because I don't want anyone who's watching to think I'm just running barbell fury 3 times now, because that's not it.
Not it.
I'm not going to just basically take workouts that we've done. There may be some good barbell workouts in there, but no, this is not going to be just barbell. This is going to be a combination. I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it's going to be a combination of constantly varied functional movements. So that's what we'll be doing. So there will be running, there will be burpees, there will be cardio or metabolic conditioning, as you will come to know it as, and it will be amazing for you and it will change your life. But yes, and then there will be strength. So let's kind of break it down how I kind of see the program going. So I'm going to be implementing something known as a Tier 1 642 strength cycle. It's something that I've only run with a very small group of individuals. I'll explain that. A lot of people don't know. I used to be on a SWAT team. And so there's still officers who, throughout the Bay Area, who reach out to me regularly to create their 8-week workout plans. And because of that, I do a good job now because I've made so many and I've helped so many other SWAT operators make teams or actually improve on the team that they're on, that I learned, hey, I know these guys have pushed themselves, and I began to test things with them that I knew that they were unconventional because they're on SWAT, which already puts you in the top 1% of any agency. So I know that they'd be willing to try things. Some of the results that we saw from that were game changing. And so I'm not going to tell you the exact details of the Tier 1 642, but it's something that I know has worked for individuals, and it's increased their strength tremendously. I will tell you one little thing about it, though, that's going to be kind of interesting, something that most people don't do. you're going to be having to establish a 2-rep max at your 100%. And so here's the truth about that. That first rep, once you know that you're going to have to go for your 1-rep max twice, it already puts you in a different mental space of, okay, this is not just going to be a quick up and down. Not only am I going to have to brace myself for that first rep, I'm going to have to maintain my tension. I'm going to have to maintain my mindset and attempt that second. And here's the truth. Even if on that second one, let's say that's a back squat and you freaking go down, you're like, I'm stuck, and you freaking push it off. By you seeing, oh my God, that was close. Dude, I almost had that. You're going to start to realize, maybe I'm a lot stronger than I think I am. Or you will get that second rep, and that's going to be mind blowing that you were able to develop that much strength. And when you have to tell your body in that moment, I need you to produce more. We're doing this twice. This needs to get done. Your body will surprise you with the adaptation that it will give you when it needs to give it to you. But it will never give you that adaptation if you're not looking for it to give you that. So we're going to do some things, obviously, in my supervision, in presence. It's not to crush you or hurt you, but it's to, again, elicit a different response from your body, create a new adaptation so we could get what? A new result. And so that's just one of the things that we're going to be doing. But there's going to be a ton of great EMOMs, a ton of AMRAPs. And yes, we're running. We'll be running. But again, it would never be anything that I wouldn't do myself. And it wouldn't be anything that I don't think that you guys can handle. So that's the truth.
Sounds amazing. Yeah, I love this. Last thing, enrollment closes August 16th. Do you want to talk about, are they going to come in and meet and answer some questions, or do you just bring them in and sign them up? And
so how it's going to work, and this is going to sound rude, the people who apply, we're going to look at who they are, and we are not going to pick everyone who just applies. It's only for a certain individual. Not only that, let's say that I get 6, but I only think that 4 are the ones. I'll go with those 4 because I'd still rather build an amazing program that gets amazing results than jeopardize my pool. That's not worth it, because that's almost like saying, well, I know that this person may quote unquote be a cancer, but I'm going to let them in anyway because I care about having a certain amount of money or getting this. No, I don't care about that. I only want the right individuals because I know that that is how we're going to get a whole different experience. So first thing, how it's going to work is like this. We want you to apply by the 16th, and I'm going to be the one who obviously reaches out to you guys. I would prefer if you would apply like sooner than later so we could have those talks. But how it's going to work is once we have your app, I will let you know if I want you in the program. And then how it will work after that is you will do a 1 meeting with me. We will set up that time, even if it's the day of the start day, or even if it's prior. If let's say that you make the choice today and you want to apply, then I will obviously schedule that and we'll talk. But the one-on-one is going to be kind of what to expect, what kind of gear that I want you to have, or at least consider getting, things of that nature, where we get the rundown. And then day 1, when it starts on Monday, that first day is going to not be a orientation day. I have certain tests that we're going to complete. And so I don't want you to think it's going to be a crazy workout, but it's going to be day 1 is going to be assessment day. So I'll get you guys warmed up. We're going to go through a routine. And then after that, you're going to do your first test. And then while everyone is recovering, we'll move to the second one, and you'll move on to the third and fourth, so that we'll have our numbers. And then obviously after that, we'll do a quick little rundown with me at the end, where I tell you guys, hey, this was day 1. I'm going to keep these results, and I'll explain how the program will work from there on out. But the biggest thing, trying to get your application in so we could just knock out that first little one-on-one conversation as soon as we can. Because that's the only thing. I want that one-on-one time so I could look at you and see if you're truly ready and committed to do this. So that's the only thing, honestly. Once you get the app in, there's going to be a one-on-one with me. And then after that, you'll know if you're in the program, and the rest of the information will be given to you on the start of it, which will be Monday the 18th.
Okay. So people, we're having them email me,
Yes.
and then I'll give you the app.
Yeah, like
I will reach out and set up the meeting. You're in or you're not. It is not a CrossFit standalone program. This is Netflix Method. It's a separate program. People ask if it's included in the membership. It's a completely different 13-week program, price point and membership. So he'll go over that with you as well. And then Monday, Wednesday, Friday, starting August 18th for 13 weeks, right? Gets us into like the first or second week of November. Yeah. Look at me, just numbers in my head today. So I'm so excited about this. Ladies, that's straight from the source. Coach Kai here has put in a lot of thought into this. We were talking about this back when we were still getting ready to launch the Once in a Lifetime Weight Challenge. We want you guys to know that these programs, like, they're a whole health, right? We don't take it lightly. It's a big deal. We put in hours, weeks, months into these programs before we launch them because that's what you deserve. Like, if you're going to come in and give us your time and your money to help you get healthy and fit and strong and mentally where you need to be in that like perfect mindset 99.99% of the time, like we go all in to give you that. And you have Ty, you have me with any questions, and Tim with any like mobility or someone comes in and knees hurting before they even get started. You're so covered, it's ridiculous. Like the program is phenomenal. And even if it's not for you, where you're like, oh, I can't do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because that's when it is at 10:30 a.m. Friends, you have family, you have a sister, a cousin, whatever, sister-in-law, and she needs that. And so you're going to be the good person to pass the information along to them because many will apply and 6 will be chosen. And then it's like hit the ground running, which is phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add or send us off with?
No, I'm going to tell you the biggest thing that kills any dream, any goal, anything that you want to accomplish in life is the P word, procrastination.
Ooh.
The more that you let this linger, the more you're setting yourself up for a feeling of indecision. If something that I said resonated with you, if something that I said made you feel expansive as you're hearing it, you felt strong while you were thinking about yourself involved, apply. The way of how you'll make it happen will present itself after you've made the decision. You will not figure out how to do it if you're stuck in an indecisive state of mind. That is what we call confusion. So nothing good could come because you're not rational. Make a decision, yes or no, and all the means of time. Don't wait to figure it out. Just ask yourself, do I want to do this? Yes or no? It's that simple. Everything else will fall in place if you make a decision.
Yeah.
Don't procrastinate. Make a decision. That's all I got.
I love it. All right, guys. Well, those of you watching, especially in San Ramon, keep it classy, keep it consistent, make a decision. I love that. Decisiveness for the win. We'll see you next week.
See you
Take care.
guys.